ma'am, and MD Homeopathy from Mumbai. Ma'am has been practicing classical homeopathy since 2008 with a roaring global homeopathy practice, and co-convener in BJP Medical Cell, Maharashtra state since 2019. And ma'am has also has an teaching experience more than 12 years in organo medicine and homeopathy philosophy, and an internationally acclaimed speaker in the field of homeopathy and psychology. And the ma'am has been also working in the app Homeoed, and ma'am is also has been attended many clinical experience regarding the recruitment and also the clinical staff. And we welcome you, ma'am. We welcome all the participants. Session is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Lavanya. First of all, thank you everyone, those who thought that I should be coming up and sharing my thoughts over it. Of course, it won't be, or I won't wish it would be a kind of monologue. But of course, it all depends on you that how you wish it to go ahead or, evolve like. So, of course, here I would like to have certain clarity. If everyone us can just type yes, we are ready, then we can have certain interaction going on, because I don't believe in teaching, but I believe in learning together. So if someone has any other opinion, we have or we should have an interaction, so that in the end we have certain points where even my knowledge can be enriched. This is the factual presentation, although it's a matter of facts that I am trying to put up in front of you guys. I hope that this particular thing helps you to get through, to get to us in a better way. So I am sharing my screen. Is it now visible? Is it visible? Please confirm me.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely visible, ma'am.
Perfect. So let me start with what exactly I want to put up through this particular presentation. So see guys, first of all, I want to make it very clear that it is not going to be, I don't want it to be really a monologue, but these are certain fact findings which I must say that it is urgently should be in our consideration. How many of you know, if Lavanya ma'am, these guys can unmute and interact also? Or it is controlled? So she's not there again. Okay. So if you guys are able to unmute and interact, it would be even lovelier than what we even think of. So, role of a homeopathy in multidisciplinary system of medicine. How many of you know or heard of one nation, one health policy and pluralistic healthcare that government is trying to come up? I hope everyone must know. I have gone through all the policies, National Ayush Mission, the structure of coming 5 years plan of Ayush Ministry, and after studying everything, I have come to this gist that every one of us should know, because everywhere our role or our responsibility or our actual growth depends on the government and government policies, because it doesn't matter the public how aware it is, but it doesn't matter how competent or confident public is, but if administration is not strong enough, or administration may not have exactly the policies workable enough, only janta will not serve. We are here now, we are janta, we are public as a homeopathic segment. So we have to understand what government has put up for us. Now tell me, all of us must have heard this turtle and rabbit story, where in first story the turtle wins the race because it was consistent in its actions. So being slow and steady can make you win, Okay, here what what is the relevance? Homeopathy being, even if understood, see, it's not about the rapidity of cure. It is overall progression of the system. Don't go individually. Here, look everything as bird's eye view, where you are watching everything very systematically. So homeopathy, slow or fast, it is not the question right now, but consistent results that homeopathy has shown over a period of time is something that the basic background where or ground where homeopathy is standing still today, despite of anything and everything around. So its consistency in creating a number of results is what homeopathy has given the place right now. The homeopathy is, so it's the only reason for its survival, nothing else. Now we must have heard there are certain editions of the turtle and rabbit story too, where the second race, rabbit wins because it realizes that if it can first run fastest, then and non-stop, it is going to win. And every one of us agree that a rapid and competence means steadiness may make you win, but it will not only steadiness that will make you win. You have to be competent too. Had homeopathy not been competent in creating the results, what's the use of being steady? Because either you are not doing things rightly or you are not on right track altogether. You are steady anywhere. Now Pluto was steady in its moment. It is out of our galaxy now. So being steady also requires the result, that how competently you are creating the results. So homeopathy has got both, but the twist is consistency works better with swifter ones. Those who act faster, those who are really faster in implementing and creating the results and presenting too, is going to be the match winner. So consistency works better with the swifter ones. Homeopathy, even if consistent, still called as alternative because of speed of evolution, how we had been evolving through and how we are able to keep at par with the evolving other scientific system of medicines also, and science altogether also, is something has created our little bit of slow pace, or a little bit of, we are entitled being in scientific because we are not being relevant while scientific explanation of homeopathy comes up. And scientific advancement in modern medicines, because scientific advancement of modern medicine were like rabbit, they were running fast, and now they had been consistent too, so they are winning. We are steady, but if we are not fast, we are not going to win. The third edition, now most of us must have heard the third edition of story 2, where turtle decides that let's have one more race and I will decide the track. And turtle says ki okay, and rabbit was very confident this time it is not going to take any chance and it is going to run non-stop and win again. But turtle this time plays smart. He decide the path where just before finish line there was a lake, and the finish line was beyond the lake. So turtle, rabbit could not cross that river, and turtle crossed the race and he won. So if you keep on acting in your field of core competency, you are going to be unbeatable. This is what homeopathy play. Most of the time, homeopathy now itself have confined in its area of forte, what we call forte. Homeopathy plays forte in autoimmune. Homeopathy plays forte in skin diseases. Homeopathy play forte in chronic diseases. Homeopathy has its forte in psychological and psychiatric diseases. So homeopathy has got its segment and it's playing unbeatable. Okay, but that's just not enough, because acting consistently in your core area of core competency, the way homeopathy had been doing, will make you unbeatable. That's why there are certain segments where homeopathy is unbeatable simply. Now we have got fourth edition of the race 2, where turtle and rabbits feel okay, this is not exactly the ultimate thing that we love to have. Let's race together. And you must have heard the story where first when a rabbit was running, turtle sits on its back, and then turtle swims and carries rabbit on its back, and they win race together even faster. The moral: it's good to be individually brilliant and successful, but cannot perform max without a team. you alone cannot do anything and everything. It is now the field of collaboration. Now the modern concept is not of competing but collaborating. Now you see constructive reason also and destructive reasons also. Everyone is making team for something, to achieve something. So thus the final story is the individual with all its core competency cannot surpass a committed and competent team with a situational leadership. When everyone of us knows that who is going to play its role when, because everyone is on a same page. The learning is, if we have to become victorious over different morbidities, means again coming back to health segment, then we have to work together. This is what Dr. Harriman has said about collaborating the system. Second, are you able to hear what is the audio?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we can't hear the volume also, ma'am.
I thought so. Uh, uh, can you guide me from where I can make the share? This sharing ke saath saath I can make this audio also be shared. I'm not really aware of the toolbar. Okay, no need to listen. I would narrate alongside. Okay, once again. So here you can read the subtitles. They are very well readable. A remote
Yes.
Adivasi village, a lady in labor. It visits to primary health center. Here, a homeopath is also there who is giving Smisutuga Resinosa for her cervical distortion. Okay, and with the help of gynecologist, the lady delivers normal baby with a normal progression of labor. If homeopath was not there, would not have been there, then she would have had to visit a far off location. And you see, there are maternal mortality rate because they just couldn't go to the higher care center in time. So, what we wish is a skilled medical workforce working jointly is more precious than the ultra or ultra polished infra. What's the use of? Just imagine what's the use of that. What's the use of that hospital where there is good infra but there is no skilled manpower? So basically this is the dream of multidisciplinary system of medicine. In this short video of with less than a minute, we have tried to tell you that the government and humanity needs this kind of manpower who knows skilled medical manpower, who knows when to act and where to act. So this is the total purpose of multidisciplinary or pluralistic healthcare. Here, if you can see very well, here you can see the role. There would be gynecologist who would be playing a role, a physiotherapist who would be playing a role, Ayurveda Charya might be playing a role, a naturopath might play a role, homeopath also might play a role. So everyone work together to bring a common results. So this is the actual nutshell concept of in nutshell, this is the concept of one health policy, pluralistic health care. Now, so what again I want to say is that team works better where situational leadership is required or allowed. They are trained that which situation, who is going to act and what it is going to create as a result centric behavior. Then only the teamwork will actually create. Because if you see any act, any movie where no character is behaving in synchrony, you see it's a ruined show. So similarly, we also have to be at par and very aware of what we should be creating or targeted towards. So homeopathy and allopathy has its own predefined scope and limitations, and this is the fact that every system has realized, policy makers has realized that no pathy is complete. Every pathy has its scope and limitation. Now let us create a puzzle where every pathy is playing on its front foot, that is its area of competency, so that best results are created. So this is the just like a fourth race. Now coming to the real policies, what One Health workforce is about. One Health workforce is it includes Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The government has created and now laid down everything under the title of National Ayush Mission, where who all are working together: Ministry of Health, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Fishery, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Science, Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Research, like independent body like Indian Council for Medical Research, Indian Council for Agricultural Research, and the other developmental organizations are a part and parcel of this total One Health workforce, and we are one of it. So what it is supposed to propagate? It is supposed to propagate that it should integrate modern and traditional system of medicine, like all other system of medicine, together in education, in medical practice, in research. So they have created 3 verticals where all this system of medicine will be working together to create a guided and focused results. The presentation cannot be complete without real understanding of what objectives that policy has come up with. It has come up with to promote the good health and expand outreach of healthcare to our people, particularly those who are not provided the health cover, through preventive, promotive, and mitigating the curative intervention through Institute of Medical, like Indian System of Medical Indian System of Medicines. So now the importance has been given is to prevent the diseases, because if you see the deficit, fiscal deficit between the demand and supply of healthcare in India, because now we are a country of youngsters, youth, we are a young country, but after 20 years we will be the country of old people. So naturally the finances has to be very strong, and the requirement or demand should be lowering. Then only we are going to sustain that time era also, when the shift will be on the other side. So now to meet up that, now government also have realized that prevention is better than cure. So it is investing more into prevention and more into incorporation of Indian system of medicines, because they are known to be cost effective. Second point is to improve the quality of teachers and clinicians by revising the curricula. We know that we have now implemented with CBDC syllabus, competency based dynamic education, dynamic curriculum has been implemented, where the more of action learning is going to be the part and parcel of the medical education methodology. Homeopaths has also been entitled with this CBDC syllabus, and now we are a second batch running up. So contemporary relevance and researches by creating model institution. Now they are trying to create those model institution in the name of Ayush Hospital, where all system of medicines would be integrated together to provide the healthcare, and the excellence extending to assistance for creating the infrastructural facilities. These are the essential word of that policy I have brought up.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Actually, in the right side, there is it is showing that webinar Zoho is sharing your screen. Can you hide that option, ma'am? Can you hide it, ma'am?
Okay. So sorry. Yeah, I thought
Yes,
it is
thank
something
you.
important toolbar.
Not
So
an issue, ma'am. So sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So to
Please continue,
ensure
ma'am.
to ensure the affordable Indian system of medicines and healthcare services and drugs which are safe and efficacious. Now, if the stage has to be set, then all and every system, policymakers and practitioners should be on same page, because everyone has to dance on the same stage. Now, so far what is happening? मॉडर्न मेडिसिन का अपना स्टेज है, दे आर डांसिंग ऑन देयर स्टेज. आयुर्वेदा का अपना स्टेज है, दे आर डांसिंग ऑन देयर स्टेज. होम्योपैथ्स का अपना स्टेज है, वो वहां पे डांस कर रहे हैं. बट जब सबको एक साथ डांस करना है, सो इट हैज टू बी सिंक्रोनाइज्ड. सो that's why the system has to be there to facilitate the availability of raw drugs. Again, the standardization has to be in place now. Not achanak se someone will comes up with some system of medicine and someone will come with some school of thoughts. That won't be happening, because the quality has to be in place. Now they have also decided to integrate this Indian system of medicine. Indian matlab ayush bhi aa gaya usme, in healthcare delivery system and national programs, and ensure optimal use. Now अभी तक के कम्युनिटी हेल्थ में मैक्सिमली ओनली मॉडर्न मेडिसिन वर इनकॉर्पोरेटेड, नो अदर सिस्टम्स वर had any place. Now they have incorporated Indian system of medicines also. इसीलिए फिर PCHO, PHCs में there is the share of the other systems of medicine and their placements has gone up. Reorientation and prioritizing research in Indian system of medicine, because now Indian system of medicines means Ayush system also needs to be having their research in ICMR guideline, and so that their therapies, their drugs has to be validated, that who is playing better in which pathophysiology or which disease condition. So they have to prove now, they have to reprove now. Now again, government will be investing a lot in creating awareness about the strength of these systems in India, so that and abroad too. Now you see there is medical tourism that government is promoting, so that all systems are available with the people at one go. So that in particular, and basically the new lifestyles also are lifestyle diseases everywhere. They want to create the research and awareness about, and also they are trying to create sensitization of stakeholders and providers of the health. Like any system who is having anything to do with health, like any pharma industry or any other industry which is medical or paramedical origin, they are creating awareness ki ye bhi hota hai, to provide full opportunity for growth and development of these system and utilization of potentiality and strength in and revival of their glory. Yes, Indian system of medicine, and it is all for pursuing a cure. So what impact this policy is aimed to create? Now it is very important, everyone must be paying highest attention. This is actually the game changer slide that I love this slide, that idealistically that it would relieve the patient the burden of choosing their preferred healthcare providers. Means आज मुझे अगर माइग्रेन हो रहा है तो मैं होम्योपैथ के पास जाऊं, मैं एलोपैथ के पास जाऊं, मैं न्यूरो फिजिशियन के पास जाऊं, मैं किसी नेचुरोपैथ के पास जाऊं, ये मैं डिसाइड करूंगी. लेकिन इस नई सिस्टम में आप नहीं डिसाइड करोगे. जस्ट लाइक यू एंटर अ हॉस्पिटल एंड यू डोंट क्वेश्चन विच मेडिसिन इज गिवन फॉर व्हाट, व्हाई डोंट यू गिव मी दैट मेडिसिन, आई वांट टू परचेज दैट मेडिसिन ओनली. यू कैन नॉट prescribe for yourself. Similarly, not only medicine but the system by which the patient is going to be treated is not going to be decided by patient. My dear friends, if you have noted this point, please understand there would be now the structured way of how a particular patient is going to be treated, in what stage which system will come in its play to play its role in its cure or treatment. So now there would be fixed protocol of patient management, system wise, disease wise, condition wise, stage wise. So this will happen. So what is going to happen actually? The healthcare units themselves would take burden of selecting the optimal healthcare plan for each patient in a step. And I love this step because now the pathy-centric management will be changing towards patient-centric healthcare, and it is going to be changing the whole game of medical system. Within such a definition of integrative healthcare and integration, it can expand beyond the physical health. It could go to the mental, social, and spiritual health too. So it's means now the policy makers have realized that health is just not a physical thing. although the definition says that it has all this, but no measures were taken care of. For example, if you have cirrhosis of liver, there has to be a psychologist who would be counseling the patient as an integral part of management. Now government has realized that sirf liver treat karne se nahi hoga, all other factors of the patient has to be managed. नाउ बेसिकली नेशनल हेल्थ पॉलिसी जो 2017 में इम्प्लीमेंट हुई है, बेसिकली इट सिंस देन द इंटीग्रेशन हैज बीन स्टार्टेड इन पॉलिसीज, एंड नाउ दिस 5-year plan of national Ayush mission of Ayush ministry is going to implement everything. Now it has recognized the integration of courses of Indian medical system, modern system and Ayur genomics to put focus on sensitizing the practitioner of each system. मतलब क्या होने वाला है? इसका मतलब ये होने वाला है, एक डॉक्टर सुपर पावर बनेगा, एक डॉक्टर सुपरमैन बनेगा, where he would be given everything, every damn thing to, sorry, every damn thing to really promote he would have every tools with him to treat. Means the doctor would be educated with all other system of medicines too. So is it going to be a good news or bad news? First तो purpose समझ लेते हैं. Purpose ये है कि इंडिया का healthcare system is not sustainable to shoulder the demand of 1.2 billion population. First of all, that's why 600 million people in India from rural location has little or no access to better health care. So if we combine all systems of medicine, encompassing the all social, spiritual, mental and the medical component of healthcare, that is integrative healthcare, then only it is possible that they would be able to, because government is planning to deliver free healthcare for all public by 2030. It is its target. So it cannot be complete without combining all the Indian medical system, that is Ayush system of medicine. There are lots of intricacies of the system or the method or policies, but I suppose that we started late and we have to finish on time, I suppose. So if any points are left, we can come again and join again. So I will just now cover the highlighted points. So basically a sponsored scheme came up from Ministry of Ayush in September 2014, where it has launched the mission, that is National Ayush Mission, and now the mission has been disbursal with 12,500 crores of funds to be utilized under its entitlement. So what it is going to do is, it is I don't go into intricacies of the image, but ultimately what I want to say is it is going to raise academic, clinical and research verticals, where all the systems will be integrated and to achieve the target ki best healthcare. For example, if there is a case of rheumatoid arthritis, so suppose if it's a case of rheumatoid arthritis, how Ayurveda, how homeopath, for palliation how allopath, how physiotherapist, and the patient is stressed, depressed, so how a psychologist or mental health care worker is going to contribute for that rheumatoid arthritis patient, how an occupational therapist will be joining the squad to provide the necessary stents or the bands or the belts, so that his deformity is covered up. So it's a holistic approach, it's a real holistic approach. So उस पर हर एक कंडीशन पर, हर एक सिचुएशन पर, हर एक डेमोग्राफी पर एक एक रिसर्च होगा और उस पर एक ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल डिफाइन होगा कि कौन सा पेशेंट को किस स्टेज पर क्या ट्रीटमेंट देना है. हेलो, आर यू कॉलिंग मी बाय मिस्टेक, लावण्या? हेलो, यू आर डायलिंग मी, लावण्या? Sorry. So the future of healthcare is 12,000 crore for the year 24 to 25. Within 2 years, it has to be disbursed. And how globally Ayush needs to be expanded. Its plan is ready. Budget is ready. Demography wise, it's ready. pathy system wise, it's ready. Infrastructure and all the workable configuration, it's ready. Now, where are we? So now I have told you that this is what it is aimed at. So World Health Organization and other organization. So how my friends, if we can take a break and tell, if you guys can tell me that how and now so far how the one nation or pluralistic healthcare is sounding to you. कैसा लग रहा है लावण्या, बाकी लोग भी, I can't see the people, but if they are there, so if anyone wants to say कि how it is feeling कि आपको एक ऐसा common stage दिया जा रहा है जहाँ पे आपको perform करना है, so अच्छा लग रहा है?
अच्छा लग रहा है मैम. Yes मैम.
अच्छा लग रहा है? The stage is set and we are provided an equal opportunity to perform. Now, so don't get offended by it, but is it a reality? The stage is ready. Are we ready for the stage? Let me ask this question to you all, that are we ready for the stage? Do you think we are ready? We are not ready. But we need to be ready because stage बन गया है, सारे actors आ गए हैं. अगर आप ready नहीं है तो you are out of show. So जितना अच्छा लग रहा था ना कि आपको stage मिलेगा, उतना ही tension की बात है if you are not ready. Stage मिलने के बाद की खुशी तब होती है when you are ready. अगर आज मैं यहाँ पे आती और मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन ही रेडी नहीं होता तो आई डोंट थिंक आई वाज एक्साइटेड इनफ. मतलब मैं तो स्ट्रेस में रहूंगी, मैं इनकॉन्फिडेंस में रहूंगी, मैं एंजाइटी में रहूंगी, मैं क्या बोलूं, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं, मुझे तो आता ही नहीं है. सो यू हैव टू बी रेडी even before the stage is ready. But stage is ready and I don't know whether we are ready or not. How many of you agree? Challenges क्या है? Standard of education is the challenge. It's a global, it's not global because in south part there are good colleges, but rest of India, everyone of us know that what's the standard of colleges and education and what all is happening. Again, students and policy maker both are indifferent. पहले सिर्फ policy makers indifferent थे हमारे time पे, and now even students are indifferent. They just come to homeopathy so that they can get a degree of doctor and and have some rights to practice allopathy. That's the indifference that we are facing, and we are again unable to withstand the evolution of medical field, and that's the challenge. So even if stage is ready, National Ayush Mission is ready, fund is ready, but if you are not ready to accept that, then it's a waste for you. There are certain shockers because the way Ayush has decided to expand globally with you can see that WHO ka director also somewhere, that's why somewhere basically the good part I will tell, because I think after I think 10 minutes are there for discussion, right Lavanya? So I have 4 minutes.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
So I expect a very constructive and interactive discussion so that, things, even I can learn something which I might not be aware of. So the good points are, because we are having our annual, because homeopathy is growing steadily. Here I would like to tell you one example. In 2019, when there was World Homeopathy Day was celebrated, and I stay in Nagpur, so Nagpur has a headquarter of RSS too. So that time, Dr. Mohan Bhagwat sir was the chief guest of the that event, and every time, and because we keep on having good celebrity or leaders for our annual event, because we do have one gem with us who is a global practitioner, Dr. Vilas Dangre sir, and he ensures that always good people are coming to our this thing, so that they see that what homeopath of Nagpur is doing, how homeopathy is doing, and what it requires, so that we are provided with the same. And I always used to say कि क्या मांगते हैं हम, हमेशा पॉलिसी मेकर से आके जब भी वो कोई आता है, and we tell कि we have this problem, we have that problem, we are not having this, we want this, we want that. This is what we do. In fact, any national or international forum also, any policy maker or any someone is given, then coming, so we ask for this and that. Of course, unse hi mangenge aur kisse mangenge, but this time I said कि we are not going to ask anything to them. We are just going to show our might. And that time, even if you guys are ready to listen to me next time also, so I might present that presentation, which is global scenario of homeopathy in, all WHO facts and figure of homeopathy consumptions and homeopathic according to the GDP, and globally how homeopathy is growing, what's the rate of growth, what is the acceptance, how many percentage of populations are accepting homeopathy for as a system of medicine. I not only presented that, but also gave a laminated copy of that presentation to him to read aram se, so that he realized that, because Dr. Mohan Bhagwat himself is a vet basically, he's a veterinary doctor, but he is medico, and he is a very supreme power position he's in, so he should know that what a system is about. So I just make sure that he should know that what homeopathy deserves to be. So let us have some happy news too, that we are having steady growth around 26.3. Means if you compare any other system of medicine, alternative system of medicine, homeopathy has grown fastest at 26.3% of its annual growth rate, highest among the other Ayush modalities. Any Ayush modality has not grown faster than homeopathy. As a second position, and over 100 million people dependent on homeopathy for their medical care is our latest stats. This is I have taken from the Ayush का जो एक 5 years का बुकलेट आता है, तो ये लास्ट 5 years का जो है ये समरी है, जहां पर आयुष एंड नॉन आयुष का एक कंपैरिजन दिया गया है कि रजिस्टर्ड प्रैक्टिशनर नॉन आयुष के ज्यादा है, आयुष के कम है. I will just focus on that slides which undergraduate this is an important slide. If you see Ayush, if you see non-Ayush output is more, but colleges are less, and Ayush colleges combinedly are maximum. And here, when it comes to stats, 51% colleges are dedicated to Ayurveda, and 35% colleges are of homeopathy. Now the game changer is again, I'm coming back to that slide where now when this integrative multidisciplinary system of healthcare will be established, someone's mic is unmute. So if it can be muted. So the game changer slide is the healthcare is going to be patient-centric and not the pathy-centric. That is my most favorite slide, and we have to be ready with that. So we have to be really better prepared academically. We have to prepare ourselves clinically and research-wise too. So, and because the guidelines will be everything. So before that guidelines are laid, we have to be strong enough to influence those guideline makers, those policy makers with our consistent unity and clinical results and the research submission, because we deserve a justified integration in public health sector, justified. And I don't want to offend anyone for anything, but I may be I may be a little biased, but this is what it seems like, and I think you will also agree. Lately, Ayush has become Ayurveda. Ayush means Ayurveda, if you see. So that's why we have to make sure that we have a justified integration in public health sector. But otherwise, that stage may the Abhishek was finished, we will also be finished. We deserve homeopathy must be incorporated equally in all sort of national health policies. All national health policies, according to our forte, we need to be incorporated, and standardized research model must be slightly tailor-made, because ICMR guidelines and homeopathic research cannot meet the ICMR guidelines. It works, ICMR guidelines work around molecules, and we cannot show molecules. We cannot show, we have limitation in vitro, in vivo, this thing. We don't have limitation. We can create unlimited results, but the science has got limitation that it cannot gauge how homeopathy is working. So still the science is lagging behind. So we should be like, okay, fine, science nahi hai, तुम्हारे पास research nahi hai कि कैसे हमारा how homeopathy medicines are working and creating cure or results. Okay, then tailor-made the parameters how we are going to submit a research such studies, so that we sound to be more just. So what I want you again is, we need to wake up, we need to arise, we need to really work hard to meet up. If someone, this is one of the book co-authored by me, and it says that word by word, most of the modern research is compiled with word by word, aphorism by aphorism of the organon of medicine, where we have tried to establish that how homeopathy or cardinal principle of homeopathy and whatever master has written, how word by word is still standing the test of times. So this is where I want you. Okay, there had been certain mix of, but still game is in our hand. Now the ball is in our court, and we still have time to play. So all my appeal to everyone in the room is to play your best. वो जिंदगी के 70 मिनट होते हैं ना, वैसे ही कुछ महीने हैं हमारे पास जब हमें बेस्ट प्ले करना है और जो है टीम में अपनी जगह बहुत अच्छे से बनानी है. सो ओवर टू यू लावण्या मैडम. आई थिंक I'm done from my side. So I'm open for questions and of course some input or learning too.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Audible.
Thank you so much for this exemplifying session, and it is quite knowledgeable for us. So, respected participants, we would like to accept the questions from you. It is session is all open.
मैडम मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है आप लोग से, जे आयुष मिनिस्ट्री ने प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है, जैसे हम लोग पेरिफेरल ओपीडी बना सकते हैं या पायलट प्रोजेक्ट बना सकते हैं, जैसे हम कुछ डॉक्टर मिलकर काम कर सकते हैं, ऐसे कोई रिसर्च सेंटर बना सकते हैं क्या?
यस सर. एक्चुअली अभी जो नेशनल आयुष मिशन के तहत में जो 12,500 करोड़ का जो फंड अलॉट हुआ है, वो इसलिए अलॉट हुआ है कि आयुष हॉस्पिटल खोले. ठीक है, तो आयुष हॉस्पिटल गवर्नमेंट अकेले नहीं खोलेगी, ये पीपीपी मॉडल पे चलेगा, यानी कि प्राइवेट पब्लिक पार्टनरशिप, यानी कि गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप के साथ आप एक आयुष हॉस्पिटल अपने एरिया में खोल सकते हैं, और वहां पर आप अपने रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट भी रेज कर सकते हैं, ले डाउन कर सकते हैं, और उस तरीके से जो है आप, पर ये पीपीपी मॉडल पे चलेगा. आप प्राइवेट अगर स्कीम्स में आना है या फिर ऑथेंटिक रहना है तो टोटली प्राइवेट के बजाय, और फिर प्राइवेट टोटली क्यों जाना है, अगर पब्लिक पार्टनरशिप के साथ चलता है तो थिंग्स विल बी मोर ऑथेंटिक.
मैम मुझे एक जॉब्स के लिए, मैंने जॉब किट करना है बीएचएम डॉक्टर के लिए, जो जूनियर डॉक्टर है बाई इंग्लिश स्टूडेंट है, वो लोग एक रिसर्च सेंटर बनाना है आयशा से, तो उसको लिए मैं पब्लिक पार्टनरशिप मॉडल को चाहता हूँ. अब मुझे 10 बेड का रिसर्च सेंटर बनाना है कलकत्ता में, मैंने बेंगल में पहले स्टार्टअप. इसके लिए मैंने लैंड परचेस कर लिया, अभी लैंड परचेस कर लिया. अभी इसके बाद मैं उसके बाद बिल्डिंग में जाऊंगा, तो इसके लिए मुझे क्या क्या रूल्स है, क्या क्या गाइडलाइन आप बता सकते हो?
Sir, basically state to state governments are also there, like beside the central schemes or whatever is available. Again, it is state government who moderate. तो आयुष का जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे भी जैसे जोनल ऑफिस मुंबई में है और रीजनल ऑफिस नागपुर में है, तो आपका जो रीजनल आयुष ऑफिस होगा, आयुष एक सेंटर होता है जहां पर एक पर्सन बैठता है जो इसेंशियली आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर होता है, और उसके हाथ में सब कुछ होता है, उसके हाथ में पॉलिसीज होती है, उसके हाथ में पैसा भी होता है, और वही आपको बेहतर गाइड कर सकता है कि वेस्ट बंगाल में अगर आप खोलना चाह रहे हैं तो कैसे ये जो रहेगा सिस्टम कैसे वर्क करेगा, कैसे फंड्स आएंगे, या फिर आपको वो चीज जो है वो स्टडी कर लेनी चाहिए। हालांकि मेरे पास कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स है जिसमें नेशनल आयुष मिशन को में या आरोग्य मंदिर का क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है, तो शायद मैं आपको शेयर कर दूंगी, तो उससे शायद आपको हेल्प मिले।
थैंक यू मैम।
Yes. So, all right, Lavanya, if we do have any questions, तो ठीक है, else.
Any other questions from the participants? They are welcome actually.
So, if in case any question arises later, do let me know. I might try to answer whatever with best of my abilities. So yeah, but thank you. I think there are certain chats.
आपका जो बुक्स लिखा है, आपने जो बुक बनाया उसका टोटल बोलिए क्या है उसमें डिटेल्स बुक में?
सर ये री रिटन ऑर्गेनन ही है एक तरीके से, बीजेएल्स आर ओनली पब्लिशर, and it has given aphorism by aphorism, every word by word you will get the explanation कि law of similia मतलब क्या exactly, scientifically law of similia क्या होता है, माइजम्स क्या होते हैं, वाइटल फोर्स क्या होती है, तो it is highly explainable, or every doctrine has been explained with modern scientific terminologies. दिस बुक इज एज इफ कि आपने ट्रांसलेट कर दिया है हैनिमन के ऑर्गेनन को मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज में। जैसे अगर हैनिमन इस एरा में जिंदा होते, हैनिमन ने अपने 30-35 इयर्स के एज एन ऑथर लाइफ स्पैन में 6 एडिशन ऑफ ऑर्गेनन, 3 एडिशन ऑफ क्रॉनिक डिजीजेस लिख दिए, ठीक है, तो वैसे ही एंड आई थिंक 2 एडिशन ऑफ मटेरिया मेडिका प्यूरा, तो वैसे ही अगर हैनिमन आज भी जिंदा होते तो आई थिंक सेवरल एडिशन लिख चुके होते, एंड एवरी टाइम विथ हिज बेटर नॉलेज ही इवॉल्व्ड इन लैंग्वेज ऑल्सो एंड कॉन्सेप्ट ऑल्सो। तो अगर आज हैनिमन जिंदा होते तो अपना ऑर्गेनन कैसे लिखते, बस वैसे ही लिखा है। So this is the answer.
मैडम हैंडमैन जिंदा होता तो अभी होता है हम लोग का 100 नंबर एप्रोजम होता है, अभी 6th एडिशन है तो लगता है 50-60 हो जाता था एडिशन,
हो जाता था। तो अब ठीक है ना, अभी हैनिमन सर नहीं है तो हम तो है ना, तो दैट्स व्हाई वी ट्राई टू रीराइट एवरीथिंग इन अ मोस्ट एक्सेप्टेड एंड मॉडर्न अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स, कि बच्चों को जो आज के डेट में जेनेटिक्स और बाकी मॉडर्न साइंसेस पढ़ रहे हैं तो उनको हैनिमन का वाइटल फोर्स एकदम ही हाइपोथेटिकल नहीं रखे, उसका साइंटिफिक एस्पेक्ट भी एक्सप्लेन मिले, ये व्यवस्था हमने इस बुक में से करने की कोशिश की है। So yeah, I suppose most of us were the lecture was fruitful, everyone got some learning, some take home points, and yeah, I think this could be one of those session where people have really helped with.
Definitely, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. The session was quite fruitful, and there are lots of takeaways from the session also. I'm literally glad. And any other questions from the participants?
And if you want, then we can have the next session where the global scenario of homeopathy, and now that one nation one health में बहुत सारा स्लाइड मैंने स्किप किया है कि एग्जैक्टली क्या है, जो आरोग्य मंदिर का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है, स्टैट्स क्या कहते हैं, हमें कितना बजट अलोकेट हुआ है, हमारे साथ और क्या क्या होने वाला है, इट्स ऑल इज बिन एलाबोरेटेड। So we can have some time again when people are really like in advanced informed, so that they would be joining session. So that time we can just plan one more session where we can get this information fed.
हाँ मैम, बहुत
Definitely,
अच्छा
ma'am.
है, एकदम आइडिया बहुत अच्छा है।
जी
Definitely, ma'am. We'll be surely having the one more other session. Actually, we're looking forward for many more also. And so there is a small announcement regarding the International Ayush Conference and Ayush Youth Festival, ma'am. Respected participants, International Ayush Conference 2025 and Ayush Youth Festival 2025 has been will be going to take place in 12th January 2025 in Kolkata, West Bengal, EJCC ground, which is beside the NIH. So there are many competitions which will be going on through the Ayush Youth Festival. So as of now, due to the overwhelming response, International Ayush Conference seats have been closed and the registration have been closed. But regarding the Ayush Youth Festival, the seats registration has been extended till 20th December 2024. So kindly take the opportunity to participate in every competition. So we'll be posting all the updates in Instagram and Facebook and all the WhatsApp groups. So kindly check it out in our YouTube description and all other Aisha page for the further more updates. Looking forward for all over there. So it is online and offline conference come Ayush Youth Festival. So make use of it and happy to help you all. So we'll be back soon with the tomorrow session. So thank you all. Thank you so much for ma'am for the overwhelming fruitful session. Thank you all the participants for the active participation. And thank you so much to our media partner, Homeo 360 Degrees, for the extensive support. Thank you all. Good night.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.